I'm here with author Lori Rader Day, and I'm wondering, how do you work your way into mysteries quietly?
Well, what works quietly into my mysteries, I'm afraid, is me. People who know me, who read my books.
They find you?
They do. They find me in all the characters, the protagonists, the heroes, but also sometimes in the villains as well. I also work the Midwest into all my stories. I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Indiana. I live here in Chicago. I love Wisconsin. I'm in Michigan. So those are the places I like to write about.
So it's really true that write what you know works for you?
Write somewhat what you know, but also write somewhat what you want to know. For The Day I Died, I did some research on handwriting analysis. I didn't know anything about handwriting analysis to begin with, but I read about it, and that's what I used for that story. But I didn't know anything, ahead of time. I just thought, well, that's an interesting topic. I'd like to learn a little bit more about that.
Well, it is an interesting topic, and the way that you expand it, I think a lot of people who are watching today will enjoy. And this book, again, is called The Day I Died. Some of your writing has been compared favorably with Tana French and Gillian Flynn. Do you enjoy their writing?
Oh, absolutely. Tana French and Gillian Flynn are two of my favorites.
I mispronounced both, but I have read all their books.
Gillian, she's local.
Count?
We have to get it right. And I also enjoy Katrina McPherson, Claire O'Donoghue, lots of female-driven stories with
crimes in them.
Do you
learn from them?
Oh, absolutely. You read the kind of books you want to write. You find the kind of books you want to write as you're trolling around in the library or the bookstore. Mary Higgins Clark, of course, was one of my first favorites. Agatha Christie was one of my first favorites. And now I enjoy Anne Cleeves, who, of course, writes the
Vera
and
Shetland,
and the Shetland series.
Is airing this
yeah.
weekend.
She's one of my current favorites and a lovely person.
Jimmy Perez.
Yes.
Yes. Anne Cleeves is amazing. Do you read Val McDermid?
I haven't read her, but I've met her. She seems so fun.
She's very dark.
Yeah.
And Scottish. I find myself reading with a Scottish accent. You, being the president of the Midwest Mystery Writers Association, are you able to help other writers and vice versa? Is there a support system?
Absolutely a support system. The Midwest chapter of Mystery Writers of America is where I got my start. I was introduced to it very early, before I had a book finished, before I had an agent, before I had a book deal. And it helped me, very honestly, get to where I wanted to go much faster. I had a network, a group of people who can just show me, this is the way it works, this is how things go, this is how to comport yourself, this is how to be on a panel, which conferences to go to, all of the things.
How to do these silly interviews.
How to do silly interviews, no, how to be on TV. But I got so much help from them that it's only fair for me to give back. So I've been a member for probably 7 years now, and I've been the president for the last 2.
And in The Day I Die, you told me that this was actually the first book that you wrote, and it started out as a short story.
It did.
And your professor said, no, let's develop this.
Right. I was in a Master of Fine Arts program here in Chicago at Roosevelt University. And
kudos.
Yes, a great program. And I wanted to write a new short story, so I was trolling for ideas. I found a book at the library about handwriting analysis, took it home, read it, wrote the short story, but my professor said, this is not a short story, this is the beginning of a novel.
How exciting was that, or intimidating?
Easy for her to say.
Exactly.
I had 30 pages, but no, 400 is what you're going to be striking for here. So it took me about 2 years to write the full draft.
Well, we are hoping that we're going to read it and read it more quickly than that. Thank you so much, Lori. It's been such a pleasure talking to you. Lori Rader Day.